Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dump and Dish, episode number 24. I'm your co-host, Coach Alex. This is my co-host, Coach Zane. How we doing?
Awesome. How about yourself?
No complaints, Coach.
Yeah.
Pretty good weekend, and other than that, nothing too crazy. How about you? You had a good weekend. I want to hear about your weekend.
Yeah.
I've heard your weekend. I'm waiting to get to your weekend.
Yeah, so we went up and got a new puppy this weekend. So we got half Newfoundland, half Bernese Mountain Dog. It's going to be a monster of a dog.
Yeah.
But just a big pile of fur right now.
A little fluff ball, huh?
Yeah, doing great. It was a trip up to Western Michigan, so it was great to get the family up there. We stayed in Holland.
Nice.
On I believe it's Lake Makatawa, that's right off of Lake Michigan, and it was awesome. Like, we walked out the back door and the kids were able to fish.
Sweet. Did
in
you
our
catch
backyard.
anything?
No, unfortunately.
A lot of fishing, not much catching.
Yeah.
Got it.
A lot of waiting and watching.
Yep.
But beautiful up there.
Yeah.
And there's a beach right next door to us, so the kids were playing in the water and picking out rocks and shells and everything else.
Yeah, I remember you in the trunk yesterday cleaning out Michigan rocks.
Yeah, I've got Michigan rocks.
Some Michigan rocks home.
But there is a law. You can only take 25 pounds of Michigan rocks. My wife told me that there's some law out there that's
smuggling rocks.
Yeah,
Coach.
Smuggling
rocks.
Person's only allowed to
home.
bring back 25 pounds of rocks from Michigan. I was like, I'm calling on that, but I don't know. I'll have to look that up. But no, great weekend. Puppy's doing great. Kids did well. They were fun. Had a little.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how was the drive up?
I got one kid who gets car sick, so we'll leave it at that. But we pulled into Wally's parking lot in Pontiac, Illinois, and she was the welcoming committee to everybody. So got through that, got all cleaned up, and made it up there. So
Nice.
Way back was pretty stress free, but there was also a puppy in the back seat too, so they were pretty distracted with having a puppy dog to play with.
I can see that. Yeah, there's a lot going on back there.
So
way easier ride back than it was to ride there.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, today's topic: what to look for in a skills coach. What are some of the key things that you would look for, and that we try to focus on here? Actually, I'm assuming. I would hope.
Yeah.
For a skills coach looking for your daughter. Let's say for one of your daughters.
So, number one is the ability to take a very complex thing, skating, stick handling, passing, all of those are very complex things, and then breaking them down into bite-sized steps
Yep.
that the kids can understand, and then doing it at the age-appropriate level. So you can be more complicated with an older kid.
Yeah.
And the best skills coaches for the older kids don't make the best skills coaches for the younger kids. And
Yeah, I can see that.
That's a big thing that I've found being in this business is some coaches are great working with younger players. Others are great working with older players. And the absolute best ones can do both.
Yeah.
That they can talk with the high school kid and explain it to them on their level, and they can explain it to a 5-year-old on their level. And it's completely different, but breaking each one of those skills into bite-sized steps, that's something that we always focus on here in St. Louis hockey training. And so many times early in my skill teaching career was a player would ask me, how do you do this? And the problem with hockey is it's so fast that I just do it.
You just do.
And I've seen a lot of coaches struggle with that played very, very high-level hockey, much higher-level hockey than I ever played or anything, but then struggled to teach it because they just do it.
Yep.
And so taking the time to slow down and actually realize what your body's doing for each one of those skills, and then creating
Where's your hands? Where your feet? What weight's on what foot? Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then making that 3 steps for the little ones, maybe 5 for the older ones, but breaking it down where they can understand it step by step to practice it, slowing it down. That's the other thing is we have so many players that just Hulk slam through something because they can do
super
it
athletic.
fast. Yeah, they're just athletic, and then eventually that will catch up to you because you don't have those fundamentals. Yes, it was successful when you were 9
Fast,
years old.
not smooth.
Exactly right. And slowing it down, making it smooth, then speed will come. It's amazing. And we all say it in all these different sports, like, man, that person looks like they're not even trying. That's because they're smooth.
Yep.
And then there's other people that are like, man, you look like you were just working your rear end off, but not going anywhere.
Yep.
Just not efficient. And again, works when you're strong. If you get strength earlier, you can get through that. But eventually there comes a time where if you're not smooth and knowing the fundamentals of how to do a skill, the other people
It'll
will
break
pass.
down on you.
Well, they'll pass you.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not being successful at some point while you're learning it to learn it the correct way, and then you'll pass those people up also.
All right, so first one is being able to break a skill down
Yeah.
for the appropriate age group.
Yes.
All right, you got another one?
Another one is just, well, we kind of like the communication side of it's huge, but being able to show it also.
Yeah.
You have to be skilled enough that, like, especially with the younger kids, if you notice, as the players get older, like in the NHL, let's just say those coaches, some of them
Can't skate with them.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say they can't, otherwise they'd be playing.
Yeah, well, and like, Ken Hitchcock was a very, very successful coach with the Blues in Dallas, but like if you went to his practices, he stood at the red line.
Yeah.
But those players are old enough and skilled enough that he can explain what he wants them to do. He doesn't have to show it. Now, you're working with a 4-year-old, you got to get down.
Show and tell.
Well, you got to show, and like I was on the ice earlier this week with our morning groups, and we were doing transitions, and there were a few of them that I went down on the ice and actually physically moved their feet. I was like, all right, I'm going to get on a knee, pick up your feet, this foot, then this foot, like, and turn them around backwards. And then a lot of them, once they feel it, that also helps them learn it.
So we're going to pick this foot up, put your hands on my head, put your hands on my head. See how you're backwards now? All right, let's try that again. Ready? Hand on my head, ready? There you go. Now you try it.
Yeah.
So you can tell them, you can show them, but a big one also is slowing it so way down where they're standing still and actually have them feel it, where you're kind of manipulating where their skates go, or, we have it when we're doing transitions. If they keep turning the wrong way, well, grab their stick and turn it this way.
Yeah.
So they either turn themselves into a pretzel and fall, or they go the correct way.
Mm-hmm.
So actually physically
help them through that.
Yeah,
skill.
helping them through that is another big one, and recognizing when each of those are appropriate. And it goes back to like 90% is child psychology and just communicating what you want them to do. And it might be showing them, it might be moving their body, it might be telling them, all age appropriateness. But you have to be able to do it yourself for that showing part of it.
Nice. Any other tips you want to get out there?
I'm trying to think.
I got one.
Okay, go for it.
This is more for like the higher level guys. When you get a skills coach, you've usually been working with a skills coach for a while. How are they picking the skills that you're working on? That's a question I think you should ask. How are you picking what we're working on today? I don't think enough that are watching video and really truly seeing where the biggest opportunity to improve is at. As we found, it's by watching game film.
Yes, big time.
That's how we pick a lot of our skills. Especially in the facility, you can send in video with it now.
Yeah.
So that the coaches can see a couple shifts and they can pick what the best is to help you improve the most. And then the other thing is a relationship.
Yep.
It's got to be fun. He's got to like the person. It can't always be miserable. Kids got to want to go there.
Yeah.
Those were my two. I thought, having fun with that skills coach while still working.
Yes.
Right. Still got to work.
Yeah. There's a good balance there of it's not playtime. Skills coaches cost money and time and energy and everything else. So they've got to be fun that you want to go and learn from them. But at the end of the day, you need to be
there to work.
You got to be there to learn and work. And I agree. I couldn't agree more with the whole video thing. Any of the people that I work with on a regular basis, I make sure I go out and watch some live barn film, or they send in videos to us. And then from there, I can see the mistakes and also just age appropriate mistakes. Even if it's not their game, the same 10 mistakes at different levels happen over and over again. So when we're doing like our small group stuff, we go out and watch film for, if Wednesdays is 10U AAA, like we go watch a couple of those games on live barn, and it's like, oh, well, they're having trouble catching breakout passes because of this, or they don't have defensive footwork, or whatever that may be.
Yeah.
And then we can structure our practices to make sure that the players that are working with us get the upper edge when it comes to that.
Fixed.
Yeah,
definitely. All right, cool, Coach. Well, that's all I got. Alyssa, you got anything back there? Awful quiet today.
Preseason. That's
Blues preseason.
Yeah, Blues preseason. Yeah. That's a big one. Super excited.
Carbonell, first 1T goal. That was our nice little snapper goal. That was pretty sweet.
I didn't get to watch it this weekend as I was traveling most of it, but
I think we lost 2-1 or something.
Yeah, but I'll be catching up on it. This week. I'm just excited to have NHL hockey back.
Did you see the number 1 overall pick for, I think, who had the number 1 overall pick?
Islanders?
Yeah.
That back check.
That back check.
Oh
Did you see those elbows, ice creams, those big toes pushing, buddy?
Yeah.
That was sick. That's a beautiful stride. If you're looking to see what we try to build, that's one of them.
That is awesome.
That is a beautiful stride to emulate.
Yep, I did catch that one, and then Sunday nights, intermediate, advanced sold out.
Sold
so
out.
That's
Yep,
good.
so that's nice.
Still got a couple beginner spots out there, but intermediate, advanced sold out. That's awesome.
PSA. Webster's still down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're having some trouble with their ice, but hopefully they can get that fixed this week and get.
Oh, yeah, Joe, get
it back
dialed
up and
in here.
rolling.
Yep. All right, well, that's all I got, Coach Zane. Alyssa, Dump and Dish, episode 24. I'm out.